Welcome back to Product Bakar. If product management had an alternate title, it would probably be Chief Negotiator because half your job is building products and the other half is managing opinions, egos, and expectations. And as you grow into leadership, that balance only gets harder. You're no longer just aligning engineers and designers. You're aligning executives, marketing, sales, operations, and sometimes even the founder's gut feeling. So, today we are talking about stakeholder alchemy, how great product leaders turn conflict into clarity and friction into fuel. Let's start with a simple truth: conflict isn't the problem, mismanaged conflict is. The best product teams don't avoid tension, they channel it. At Netflix, product managers are told from day one that they value context over control. That means open debates are healthy, but decisions must be anchored in context, data, vision, and strategy. Most teams go wrong because they skip that context. Marketing wants visibility, engineering wants stability, design wants delight. All of these are valid perspectives, but without context, it becomes chaos. Your job as a product leader is not to silence these voices. Your job is to give them a shared language so they can disagree productively. Think of stakeholder management like chemistry. You can't eliminate friction, but you can control the reaction. Here is a simple three-step framework. First, align on the why, not the what. Don't start with solutions, start with outcomes. Instead of debating, should we add onboarding, ask, what is blocking new users from seeing value in the first week? Once everyone agrees on the goal, most conflicts resolve themselves. Second, translate between tribes. Every function speaks a different language. Engineers think in systems, designers think in emotion, executives think in impact. Your job is to be the translator. Connect each perspective to the company's core goal. Third, document decisions, don't just discuss them. Alignment often dies in meeting rooms. Write one clear decision note explaining what was decided, why it was decided, and what happens next. Transparency is the best antidote to politics. Let's look at a real example. In Airbnb's early days, the growth team and the trust team were constantly at odds. Growth wanted faster onboarding, trust wanted stricter verification. Both sides were right. Brian Chesky didn't choose sides. Instead, he reframed the problem. He reminded everyone of Airbnb's mission to make people feel like they belong anywhere. And he said something powerful: speed without safety breaks that promise. That single sentence realigned the teams almost overnight. That is what great product leaders do. They zoom out until everyone can see the same North Star. They don't solve conflict directly, they reframe it. As a product leader, you often don't have formal authority. What you have is narrative authority. Influence comes from three habits: context. You understand the why behind every decision. Clarity. You communicate decisions before people start asking questions. Consistency. You show up the same way every time: calm, prepared, and fair. People follow clarity, not titles. Your job is to be the calm in the chaos. Here's your Bakar moment for the week. You can't remove friction in product work. Friction is the spark that makes things move. But great leaders know how to direct that spark instead of getting burned by it. Because collaboration isn't about everyone agreeing, it's about everyone moving in the same direction even when they don't. That's it for this episode of Product Bakar, the product leader's playbook. Next week, we are talking about roadmaps that inspire, not impress. How to turn your roadmap from a slide full of features into a story your team actually rallies around. Until then, disagree well, align often, and as always, keep the Bakar alive.